finally have a full fight camp for this UFC fight to walk away with the win.
Oh yeah, it's always good to have a full fight camp and just be as prepared as possible. I'm overall, of course, happy with the win, but I really feel like I can do a lot more. I haven't seen the fight yet, but I felt like I could have done a lot more. I felt like I was a little hesitant to pull the trigger sometimes. I wanted to kind of feint or jab, throw something. I knew he was going to come back hard and then make him. I would counter with a takedown or counter strikes, and I would make him miss, but really wasn't holding the range where I was in counter striking distance. Kind of back too far away and then just make him miss. But that's not being offensive either. And I would like to be more offensive. And I'm happy, but I definitely think I can do a lot better. So.
Knowing his grappling prowess, was that part of the process? Maybe you think about what made you hesitant?
Well, potentially. I mean, I think of myself as a good grappler as well. I figured whoever was on top on the ground had the advantage. It wasn't like if we go to the ground, he has the advantage, or I do. It's like I think whoever was in top position, I think we're both better top players than bottom players. So whoever was in top would have had the advantage. And I was confident in my wrestling. I think he's a very good wrestler, but I really felt from the start that I utilized my wrestling better in MMA than he does as far as like shooting off of punches and baiting it with strikes and stuff like that. So, and the time he got me on my back in the third round, it wasn't actually a takedown. Like, I think I tried to throw a knee, and he kicked me under my leg, which knocked me off my feet. And then, he was on top, and he did a good job controlling me. I wanted to make sure I didn't give him my back because I knew he's very good finishing with rear naked chokes. He's done it a bunch of times, so I was not going to give him my back, even if I had to stay on my back the rest of the round. So,
when you did get him on his back early, he was working those up kicks fairly fiercely, and then you seemed to back away from them later in the fight. Did any of those catch you? Did you get hurt by any of those early?
He caught me with one. He didn't hurt me with it, but of course, you got to be cautious with those. I was trying to control his feet, pass the punch, or get in, but he did a good job keeping me away. Not only with the up kicks, but he was working like a daily heave guard, hooking my foot for a potential sweep, and so I have to be cautious with that too. And I wanted to dive into his guard, but he, very good guard, kept me in half, attacked for that Kimura every time I got to half guard, so it was tough. I think we kind of evened each other out there on the ground a little bit. So
you're in a division now where it doesn't necessarily take that many wins in a row to get right up there to a title shot. I know you said you were a little disappointed in your performance, but how you feeling looking forward? It's early in the year, and you can string together maybe even just one more. You could be looking at a shot.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think there's a lot of talent in the flyweight division, but there's not necessarily a distinct pecking order where it's like this guy's earns the title shot much more than this guy. So it's kind of wide open. Demetrius is the king right now. He's beating the top couple guys. So whoever they put in next, if they give me the opportunity, I'd be happy to take it. But I'm definitely not going to start calling them out or anything like that. So just whoever they put in front of me, try to keep working my way towards that. Is my goal. But I think I have a lot of work to do. So.
Stylistically, what gives you the biggest advantage in this weight class?
I think it's maybe just a combination of my speed. I think I'm maybe not the fastest, but I'm up there, and I think I'm strong for the weight class. I think I'm skilled in every area, and I think maybe besides Jorgensen, have some of the best wrestling credentials. Not that means anything, but I don't know. That's all I got.
So there's nobody after this fight that you have your eye on as far as next fight?
I'd like to fight someone who's in the top 10 and work my way, up the ranks, but no specifics.
How quickly do you want to get back in?
It's really up to UFC. I honestly would like a little bit of time off. I fought at the end of November, the middle of December, now February. I kind of been in training camp like 25 of the last 28 weeks or something, so it's definitely taking a toll. I would like to have a little bit of relaxation time before I really get back into camp. So maybe like a month off, and then maybe a 2-month camp. Maybe 3 months from now, whatever.
And so a lot of guys like that. They say they like to be constantly going and going and going, and you seem to at least have a grasp on what works best for you.
Well, the more often I fight, I do feel like you just like fighting so often, you keep that comfortability. Some of the most comfortable times I've ever been in the cage was in the Bellator tournament when I was fighting every 3 weeks, and then the last couple of fights, they were all pretty closely strung together, and it's just kind of feeling of you're used to it. So I don't like to take too much time off, but at the same time, you need to relax a little. My body's definitely feeling it from 3 training camps in a row. So, well, two and a half, 2 in a week.